All we got is us, look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up. All we got is us, look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? Welcome to Bucket for Bucket Podcast. I am your host, Rem. Excited to tap in with y'all to discuss the latest NBA Game 3 in the books. And we got some NBA news. The 2019 draft class loves to keep us on our toes. But before we do so, I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, turn on your notifications, and follow us at B4 Bucket Podcast. I'm your host, Rem. You can follow me on these platforms right here. You know the deal. We out here in Brooklyn, New York. It was looking crazy yesterday. It was orange skies, and I am not talking about the Knicks. It was orange and black skies, and I'm not talking about the Knicks. It's the wildfires in Canada. First of all, I want to say my thoughts and prayers to everybody in Canada experiencing it. I actually have an aunt who works not too far from where where all of the wildfires are happening, and obviously they're in the heat of it. New Yorkers, we seen the skies, we seen the conditions and everything like that. But this is still not the worst thing that Canada has sent to New York in the last 10 years. I'm going to put a picture here. And remember, Andreas Bargnani is still the worst thing that Canada has sent to New York City in the last 10 years, okay? So don't you forget it, Phil Jackson and the rest of y'all guys complaining and everything like that. And somebody on Twitter was crazy enough to say this is the worst air quality since 1960 and so on. So, hey, do you guys remember an important date, September 11, 2001? The air quality was pretty fucked up then too. So hold your horses. Again, thoughts and prayers to everybody out in Canada. And I hope that all of this debris and everything just passes through and we are all okay. If you're struggling with the breathing, throw on an N95 mask. That is what they are for. And close your windows and stay out of the streets. But we are here to discuss NBA, okay? And give you the reminder that Andre Bargnani is still the worst thing that Canada has sent to New York in the last 10 years. Before I get into the NBA Finals, Game 3, because I got some things to say, like where's Jimmy, where's the Heat? We gonna go with some quick buckets, quick takes real quick before we kick into the show. As you know, Chris Paul has been waived from the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul has spent, as a Sun, he's averaged 15.1 points per game, 9.5 assists. He has 2 NBA All-Stars, 2 All-NBAs, and 23 playoff wins. And obviously, they did make the Phoenix Suns did make the NBA Finals, in which they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris Paul, there's a few teams that I obviously covet Chris Paul, Lakers being one. The Clippers actually came back into equation too. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Chris Paul returns to the Clippers, or does he go over and try to join Bron? But also, there's a report. I don't know how true this is. NBA Central says it, but per Woj, Chris Paul wants to return to the Suns and partner with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. So we'll see what happens. I know they still have a lot to do over there in Phoenix because you still got to figure out the DeAndre Ayton situation. And, you still got to figure things out. 2019 draft class. My next quick bucket. 2019 draft class. I don't know what y'all are on. The 2019 draft class, they always keep Twitter in a frenzy, man. But as you know, we reported and we congratulated Zion Williamson for entering the dad community, the girl dad community. But apparently, Miss Mariah Mills stepped into the chat. I don't gossip. I don't do none of that, all right? But I be on Twitter too. And, I'm going to just say this one is messy. This one is messy for all of y'all that don't know who Mariah Mills is. I will drop a picture. It might be familiar to some of you guys. I don't know. I'm not judging you or whatever you do. But you can clearly see the URL at the end of the picture, and you can see what Zion is into. I will drop some of these tweets that Mariah Mills has dropped, but she feels obviously betrayed by Zion Williamson and his news of becoming a father. And wow, this is messy, man. This 2019 draft class is messy. Pornstar Zion. It's not just Pornstar Jimmy, Pornstar Zion. I know there's a lot of y'all out there too. Bruce Brown, Lena Rhodes, and yo, it's y'all, man. Man, so we know what y'all was doing in y'all childhoods, and y'all finally got on the scene and was like, yo, I'm gonna take my shot, man. I'm gonna take these girls who got a hour long compilation and let me stop. Let me stop, man. Whatever they young kids, whatever they want to do, they can do with their lives. They got the money. But man, Zion, come on. This is sloppy, man. This is sloppy. There are no more LeBron James, Derek Jeters, the clean cut athletes where you know they do their thing, but they just not in the mix. The clean cut athletes, god damn, Zion. I motivated you to get back in shape. I let you F me all kinds of ways and film me on your phone. And you impregnate a low budget porn star. DNA test or I'm done. I started getting knotless braids because that's all you wanted me to wear. And waist beads. Now it all makes sense now. I hate it. Yo, the girl's cousin stepped into the chat. Yo, this is sloppy, man. I'm not gonna get into it. Like I said, I ain't one of those guys, but yo, this man, the 2019 draft class, John Morant with the guns, and the toy guns apparently. PJ Washington, and you already know he got fleeced. And speaking of PJ Washington, and yo, bro, Shaq was spotted with Brittany Renner. Like, what the fuck, bro? You a vet. You know this thing. I know Shaq like what he like, but still, bro, Brittany Renner, yo, man, maybe Shaq is the OG vet and he knows how not to get fleeced, but whatever. What y'all like is what y'all like. Grant Williams, he's a funny guy. KPJ, I'm just the 2019 draft, Jordan Poole, and all of his accolades, and his $500,000 on Ice Spice and Bull, I don't know, all in one class. All of these guys are in one class. And yes, my man RJ Barrett is in this class. After further review, it's looking like RJ Barrett and Darius Garland might be the best ones in this draft class, all right, that you might have wanted on your team without any trouble, if you don't want the trouble. But this is hilarious, man. Hilarious, fam. I can't even lie to you, man. The 2019 draft class. But check out Zion and Mariah Mills. Apparently, she still thinks this could happen. Zion was talking about flying her out. When you move, how much do you expect me to pay a month? But I'm super excited. Man, guys, social media, there's screenshots in social media and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Yo, y'all not DMing in vanish mode? Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all not getting on the phone, talking? Like, y'all are leaving too many receipts behind, y'all. Too many receipts. And y'all getting caught up and y'all getting exposed on Twitter and then y'all trending. This sucks, man. This sucks. But that's enough of my quick buckets. Those quick buckets was too long, to be honest with you. I didn't start today off with no nostalgia because it was just like, yo, I just had to jump right into it. But all right, that's enough of my NBA gossip and all of that stuff. I'm gonna get straight to Game 3 of the NBA Finals because that one was historic. The Denver Nuggets beat the Miami Heat 109-94, and that one looked close too. They smacked them, y'all. They smacked them. To be honest with you, they was up 20 something at one point. It looked like Game 1 all over again on Miami's home court. This is Miami's first home game since 2014. Finals home game since 2014. Remember last time they was in the bubble. So I could only imagine there was a lot of nerves for some guys, but it's still your NBA Finals on your home court. Y'all have the advantage. Y'all stole home court advantage, and y'all pretty much look like y'all trying to give it right back to Denver. Jimmy Butler, I don't know what's up with you, man. I love that you're a basketball player. You want to see your team win. You want to be a selfless guy and do all of that stuff, but you weren't that in your series versus Milwaukee. I know we talked about the ankle injury a little bit. That might be slowing him down. But at this point, yo, bro, you got a couple more games left. 3 more wins, right, to the NBA to be an NBA champion. You cannot be this passive to guys like Max Strus. You can't be that. You can't. And speaking of Max Strus, whoa, bro, you cannot do this at home. Y'all did it Game 1. They got you back into it, and then this is what you do, bro. Come on, man. Disgusted. But I don't want to speak about y'all. I want to speak about what Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray did, which was historic. The first teammates in NBA history to record a 30-point triple-double in a game, and they did it in the NBA Finals. In the NBA Finals, they came in guns blazing. Jokic had 32, 21 boards, and 10 assists. He was the first stat line ever in NBA Finals history with a 30, 20, 10. And then you had Jamal Murray follow up with 34, 10, and 10. Their efficiency was out of this world. In their first finals appearance, comparing them to Shaq and Kobe. Shaq and Kobe averaged 53.6 points per game, 21.3 rebounds per game, and 6.5 assists per game. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray are averaging 59.3 points per game, 20.7 rebounds per game, and 19.3 assists per game. And that's a different duo. That's a different tandem because they're not just prolific scorers and rebounders. What they're doing is also getting their teammates involved. And that's like, wow, that's something else, man. You can't make this up. They become the first to score 30 points in a game, in a playoff game since, there's a few people on this list. Baylor and West did it 5 times. Durant and Westbrook did it 3 times. Kyrie and LeBron did it 2 times. Kobe and Shaq did it in 2002. Durant and Curry did it in 2017. Giannis and Middleton did it in 21, and D-Book and Durant did it again this year in the playoffs. But these guys did it with a triple-double again, and their percentages were crazy. Like, it was crazy. Jamal Murray got shut down in game 2, but he came out very aggressive like Jimmy Butler. Who? Jimmy Butler what? Can't hold him. He can't guard him. That's what it looked like. It looked like he couldn't guard him. But Nikola Jokic, this NBA Finals, is averaging 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists on 61% from the 2-point, 44% from 3, and 85% from the free throw line. If that ain't a Finals MVP, I don't know what is. It's hard to go back and forth with this series because I'm kind of like straining back to, okay, at first I'm like, the experience might win, and then Denver pulls out one of these games and you're like, holy shit, they really good. And speaking of Denver, their supporting cast of Aaron Gordon played well. MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. is still playing like shit, but Christian Braun, oh my gosh, that game he's poised to take Michael Porter Jr.'s minutes, to be honest with you. He had, off the bench, first player in the NBA Finals, rookie, to score 15 points off the bench since Sam Cassell. Christian Braun, he had 15 points, 4 rebounds. He shot 87% from the field. He only played 19 minutes, but it was one of the best 19 minutes that you can ask for from a rookie in the NBA Finals with Michael Porter Jr. not playing his best. So that's huge. I don't know what's next for the Heat, but they got to step it up. Bam is playing the best I've seen Bam play in a while. I've been critical of him in these playoffs, but this is the best I've seen Bam Adebayo put it together, so keep up the good work. Game 4 is on Friday at Miami. After this game again, I don't know what to expect. I don't know how to call this one, but I'm going to have to say Denver takes this. I think Denver is going to they're going to end up taking this probably in 5 games, what I think in my eyes now, in my recency bias. So that's all I could come up with. But that's all I got for y'all for the Game 3 coverage. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all thoughts are. Drop a comment. Talk to me about Chris Paul getting waived. Where do you think he ends up next? Is Zion Williamson gonna go? Is this gonna end messy? What y'all think about John Morant? Just talk to me. And do not forget, my fellow New Yorkers, the worst thing that Canada sent to New York in the last 10 years was Andreas Bargnani. Don't you forget it, all right? This is me, Rem, reporting to you from Bucket for Bucket Podcast. I hope y'all have a good one. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And please hit that like button, tap in. I'm gonna talk to y'all for the rest. Maybe I might take a day or 2 off. We'll see what it is until Game 3. But until then, it's Bucket for Bucket Podcast. Peace.
All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up. All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up. Yeah, the strong survive, the will to rise. Get rich or die. I kill for mine. Look in my eyes. Get out the lane. You see the drive. This a game of thrones for throne. That make me catch a bone. I'm cold. My name is Stone. Born winner. Now all you gotta do is trust. Look at the bench. Yo, the championship a must. We like next. of week, but it's just me because they sleep. Roll 2 and P, I'm